Have you ever stopped to think that some of the foods that are part of your routine might actually be silently sabotaging your health? The worst part is that, while we keep eating these items, our heart suffers the effects without giving clear signs, until it's too late. What you don't see could literally be killing you. Imagine how alarming it would be to discover that what you thought was harmless is compromising the functioning of the body's most vital organ. 7 foods that are silently destroying your heart are much closer than you think. But don't worry, because the goal here is to help you change that. I'll show you exactly what to avoid and, more importantly, how to practically and effectively protect your heart. Don't wait for the symptoms. Take care of your health today. The number 4 food is going to surprise you. Now, straight to the point, let's go to the first food. White bread. Imagine starting your day with a typical breakfast, that warm white bread with melting butter. It seems like an innocent choice, right? But let me tell you a story. Think of your body as a well-oiled machine. When you eat a piece of white bread, it feels like you're fueling that machine, but the effect is quite the opposite. White bread is made from refined flour, which means it has lost almost all the nutrients your body needs, like fiber and vitamins. What's left is basically pure carbohydrate, and it gets absorbed into your bloodstream very quickly. Now the machine kicks into action. As you digest this bread, your blood sugar level rises at an impressive speed. And guess what happens next? The pancreas goes into alert mode and starts producing insulin to deal with the excess sugar. If you do this once in a while, your body can handle it, but when it becomes a daily habit, your body starts to suffer. Over time, this overload of insulin can lead to insulin resistance, paving the way for type 2 diabetes. And that's not all. All that unused sugar turns into fat, which accumulates in your arteries. You might not notice it at first, but this fat builds up, creating a real barrier that prevents blood from circulating normally. The larger this barrier grows, the higher the risk of a heart attack or other cardiac issues. Now, think about this. You keep eating white bread every day, unaware that you are slowly making it harder for your heart to do its job. Wouldn't it be easier to choose something that truly fuels your body? Whole grain breads, for example, are a great alternative because they retain the fiber and help regulate blood sugar. This is the story of white bread, a choice that seems simple but can have serious health consequences over time. So, if you want to change your eating habits to be healthier and have a strong heart, I have a solution you can start today. Have you ever found yourself worried about your heart health, feeling that, despite all your efforts, you're not doing enough? Imagine if you could follow a clear and simple plan that could transform your heart health in just 30 days. Understanding the challenges of keeping heart health in check, I've made my ebook available. 30-Day Challenge for a Healthy Heart. 30 Steps to Clean Your Arteries in 30 Days, and you can download it right now in the first pinned comment. This 30-day challenge isn't just about superficial changes. It's about ensuring that your heart is stronger, your arteries are cleaner, and your life is longer and healthier. These are habits that anyone can implement, no matter how busy your routine is. And the best part? These habits can be easily incorporated, becoming a natural part of your daily life. Click on the first pinned comment, as we have very few copies left, and we'll be taking it down soon. Click now and get your ebook. Now, let's talk about the next food. Processed cheddar cheese. It's a very popular and tasty product, widely used in snacks, sandwiches, and hot dishes. However, what many don't know is that this cheese is packed with saturated fats. Saturated fats are those that, when consumed in excess, can raise LDL cholesterol levels, the type of cholesterol you want to keep low. When LDL cholesterol increases, it begins to accumulate in the walls of the arteries, forming plaques. This process is called atherosclerosis. Imagine your arteries as pipes in plumbing. When these pipes are clean, water, or blood, in our case, flows freely. But as the plaques build up, blood flow starts to become restricted, which can lead to various health problems. One of the biggest risks associated with excessive consumption of processed cheddar cheese is hypertension, or high blood pressure. When the arteries are narrowed due to plaque buildup, your heart has to work harder to pump blood. This causes blood pressure to rise, putting additional strain on your heart. Hypertension is often referred to as the silent killer, as it can develop over the years without obvious symptoms, increasing the risk of heart disease. And it doesn't stop there. Constant consumption of processed cheddar cheese can lead to increased inflammation in the body and fluid retention, which can further exacerbate the situation. With your heart overburdened, you may start to experience symptoms like shortness of breath, fatigue, and even chest pain. The good news is that there are alternatives. Opting for natural cheeses, like feta or cottage cheese, can be an excellent choice. These cheeses tend to have less saturated fat and are healthier for the heart. Additionally, you can try cheeses made from goat or sheep milk, which are often easier to digest and have more favorable fat profiles. So, the next time you're putting together your plate, remember to consider what you're adding to your body. Choosing wisely can make all the difference for your heart health in the long run. Before we continue, I noticed that you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. We'll always be bringing content on how to take good care of your heart. Now, let's move on to the next food. Sugary cereals. Let's imagine the scene. It's a sunny morning, and you head to the kitchen to prepare an energizing breakfast. You glance at the shelf and see a colorful box of sugary cereals. The packaging promises to be healthy, full of fruits and fiber, and you soon think it's the perfect choice to start your day. But let's take a closer look. When you open the box, the sweet aroma fills the air, and a bowl full of those crispy cereals looks irresistible. However, this delight can be a disguised villain. These cereals, despite appearing to be a light and healthy option, are packed with sugar. And when you take that first spoonful, a sweetness explosion occurs, making your brain feel happy, but that happiness doesn't last long. As soon as you finish eating, your body starts working to handle that excess sugar. Blood glucose levels spike, and within minutes, you feel full of energy. But this energy won't last. Instead, your body responds with a wave of inflammation, which can, in the long run, harm your heart. This constant inflammation is a sign that your body is fighting against something and can damage your blood vessels. Furthermore, this sugar explosion leads to insulin resistance, which is like your cells saying, "Hey, we're not listening to you." And this is where things start to get complicated. Insulin resistance can result in uncontrolled blood sugar levels and, over time, increase the risk of developing type 2 diabetes. And did you know that this is also linked to a higher risk of heart disease? It's a dangerous cycle. And guess what happens after a few minutes? The feeling of hunger comes back with full force. This happens because high blood sugar doesn't provide lasting satiety. Instead, it leaves you craving more and more, often opting for unhealthy foods. So, what to do? How about swapping those sugary cereals for a warm bowl of oatmeal? Oatmeal is rich in fiber and helps keep your blood sugar levels stable. Plus, it provides a lasting feeling of fullness, allowing you to tackle the morning with real energy. By making more conscious choices, you not only take care of your health but also protect your heart, one small step at a time. Let me know in the comments what foods you eat in your daily life, and we'll tell you if they're healthy. Now let's talk about frozen pizza. When you open the freezer and see that frozen pizza ready to bake, it can be hard to resist. After all, it's a quick option that pleases many palates. However, it's worth taking a closer look at the ingredients before popping the pizza in the oven. The first concern is the sodium content. Many frozen pizzas contain alarming levels of sodium, which is used as a preservative and to enhance flavor. While sodium may seem harmless in small amounts, excessive consumption can raise blood pressure, one of the main risk factors for heart disease. Hypertension is often called the silent killer, because it often presents no clear symptoms until it's too late. Additionally, let's talk about saturated fats. These are often found in cheeses and processed meats, which are common in frozen pizzas. When consumed in large quantities, saturated fats can increase levels of LDL cholesterol, the infamous bad cholesterol. Excess cholesterol can build up in the arteries, forming plaques that restrict blood flow and, in extreme cases, can lead to heart attacks and strokes. Another point to consider is that frozen pizzas generally have a low nutrient content. They are often high in calories but low in fiber, vitamins, and essential minerals that help keep the heart healthy. This combination can contribute to weight gain and increase the risk of cardiovascular diseases. To make matters worse, frequent consumption of foods high in sodium and saturated fats can lead to fluid retention, resulting in swelling and extra strain on your heart to pump blood. This can negatively affect cardiovascular health and cause discomfort. So, the next time you're thinking about heating up a frozen pizza, it might be a good idea to consider other options. Making a pizza at home can be a delicious and healthy alternative. With a whole grain crust, fresh vegetables, and lean proteins, you can create a meal that not only satisfies your hunger but also takes care of your heart. That way, you turn a moment of pleasure into a choice that benefits your health. I noticed you forgot to like the video. Show us that you care about what you're eating and like the video. And now, let's talk about margarine. Imagine you're in the kitchen, ready to prepare a delicious recipe. You open the fridge and grab a tub of margarine. But before you spread that generous layer on your bread, it's good to pause and think, do you really know what you're putting into your body? In many households, margarine is seen as a healthier option compared to butter. However, some brands contain trans fats, which are anything but healthy. Let's explore why this is so important. Trans fats are like disguised villains. They form during the hydrogenation process, which transforms liquid oils into a solid form. This can help margarine last longer on the shelf, but what happens to your body is not good at all. When you consume these trans fats, they raise LDL cholesterol, the infamous bad cholesterol. Imagine this cholesterol as an intruder that settles in your arteries, creating blockages. This can result in serious problems, such as heart disease and heart attacks. But it doesn't stop there. These fats also lower HDL cholesterol, the good cholesterol, which acts as a true defender of your heart by helping remove bad cholesterol from the blood. The situation gets even more complicated when you consider blood pressure. Trans fats can contribute to high blood pressure, another factor that increases the risk of heart problems. In summary, by choosing margarine with trans fats, you're putting your heart health at risk. So, what to do? The solution is simple. Always check the labels when shopping. Look for margarines that do not contain trans fats, and if possible, opt for butter or margarine made with non-hydrogenated vegetable oils. Taking care of your heart can be as easy as making smart choices in the kitchen. Remember, small changes in your food choices can make a big difference in your health. And remember, the change you can make for your health today is within reach. Just grab your digital book, 30-Day Challenge for a Healthy Heart, 30 Steps that will clean your arteries in 30 days. It's very important that you get it right now before the units run out. Now the next food is very common, and people consume a lot of it. I'm talking about processed pastries. They are a popular choice because they are quick and easy to prepare, but it's essential to pay attention to what they really bring to your health, especially for your heart. Let's better understand what happens when we consume these snacks. What's inside processed pastries? When you take a bite of a processed pastry, you might not notice it, but they often contain a considerable amount of sugar. This ingredient may seem harmless, but it is one of the villains in our diet. Elevated sugar levels in your blood can cause inflammation, a body response that, in the long term, can affect heart health. This chronic inflammation is linked to various diseases, including heart problems. In addition to sugar, these pastries are often made with hydrogenated fats, which are a form of trans fat. This type of fat is not good for your body. Trans fats raise LDL cholesterol levels, known as bad cholesterol. To make matters worse, they lower HDL cholesterol, which is the good cholesterol. This means that while you savor the pastry, you're contributing to the buildup of plaques in your arteries. When the arteries become blocked by this buildup, blood flow is compromised. This can lead to serious conditions like hypertension, which is a risk factor for heart attacks and strokes. Imagine your artery as a road. If there are too many obstacles, traffic gets complicated. That's exactly how your blood feels when there's inflammation and plaques forming. If you love pastries, you don't have to eliminate them completely from your diet. The key is moderation. Opt for homemade pastries where you can control the ingredients. Try healthier fillings and use healthier oils instead of hydrogenated fats. Additionally, balance your diet with fresh foods, fruits, vegetables, and whole grains. Processed pastries can be tempting, but the effects they can have on your heart should not be ignored. Make more conscious choices and take care of your health. Sodas. Imagine you're at a birthday party, surrounded by friends and a feast of delights. Among the dishes, there's a large cooler filled with chilled sodas, each promising to be the star of the party. You grab a can, hear the PFF when you open it, and soon feel the sweet flavor dancing on your tongue. But is this moment of pleasure worth it? Let's imagine a young man named Lucas. He loves sodas and never misses an opportunity to drink a can during meals or while watching a movie. At first, Lucas doesn't realize how much these sodas are affecting his health. Each can full of sugar is like an invitation to obesity. One day, when looking at himself in the mirror, he notices that his body is no longer the same and feels that he's gaining weight. Lucas discovers that a single can have more sugar than the recommended amount for an entire day. And it doesn't stop there. These sodas contain phosphoric acid, which can rob calcium from your body, making your bones weaker. As Lucas learns more about this, he begins to understand that every sip he takes could be putting his health at risk. Lucas's story is not unique. When sugar begins to accumulate, it can lead to insulin resistance, one of the primary factors for type 2 diabetes. Diabetes is a significant risk to heart health, and Lucas is shocked to discover that by drinking his favorite sodas, he's endangering his well-being. He realizes that the party can quickly turn into a serious situation. So, Lucas decides to make a change. He starts bringing sparkling water to parties, adding slices of lemon and orange for flavor. Instead of missing the soda, he is surprised at how refreshing and delicious healthy alternatives can be. His energy increases, he feels lighter, and, more importantly, he starts to take better care of his heart. Just like Lucas, you too can make decisions that make a difference. By reducing soda consumption and opting for healthier beverages, you'll not only be caring for your heart, but also feeling better day to day. Life is about choices, and with every sip, you have the opportunity to choose health. Remember, every small change counts. How about trying a different drink the next time you're thirsty? Your heart will thank you. Change is always within your reach, and you can make it today. Just grab your digital book, 30-Day Challenge for a Healthy Heart. 30 Steps to Clean Your Arteries in 30 Days is in the pinned comment, so get it before we run out of units. So, did you enjoy the information? Remember that small changes in your diet can have a big impact on your heart health. If you liked the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more amazing health tips. Together, we can make better choices for a healthier heart. See you next time.